Welcome to another video of my Kitty Rage team. This time I'm playing against a elite player with a very high win rate. It's above 75%, I think. And he's playing Thio, Ylook, two cores, Kluva, I think it's the English name, and Cruel. That's the level 3 Krosmaster from Krosmaster Junior. So in my opinion it's a pretty undervalued Krosmaster, because I think he's the only melee champion which can do 4 damage without items as a level 3 character. And because of that I think he's a fine Krosmaster, and also because he has 12 life, that's pretty high. So he has a melee attack for 3 AP which does 2 air damage, and he has 6 APs, and he has another attack for 5 AP I think, which does 2 damage also, and has lifesteal. So, and he has Locke, the ability of Locke. Okay, this is also my basic setup on this map, where I can position my diver over here, my kitty over here, as you saw in my Cherub Crepine video. This was the last one I uploaded. So let's see how his setup is gonna be, because that's very important for my setup. My setup will very highly depend on his setup with the group transfer of Thio, so I have to be prepared for everything. Because the Thio group transfer can be pretty fast and also pretty aggressive. We can attack with a core and his middle Kluva. So I have to set up such that I cannot be attacked with a group transfer and then be attacked by like most of his Krosmasters. So he makes a pretty good setup in my opinion. He has like 3 possible group transfers. This is this group, and also both of these. So this is like a pretty hard setup for me to play against. So let's count the spaces a little bit. This is like the most offensive port, because these are the Krosmasters which deal the most damage. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe here is the better place. So here is Thio, here is Kluva, and here is core. So then Kluva can walk 1, 2, 3 spaces and attack up to this space over here. And he cannot push her with Lucky because she's in this line, and Lucky can only walk 3 towards here. So when a port, so it would be, I obviously cannot set up over here, because my diver would die next turn if I would set up over here, most likely, because he takes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage, 9 plus a crit or something. So that's why I have to take a very defensive setup, the one I counted out right now. So 3, 4, here is Kluva, so 1, 2, 3, so I need to end my turn on the shop with my diver brill, in my opinion. And because my diver brill is on the shop and I want to buff both people with my Henol next turn, I should also set up my kitty over here. So one important thing is with the shuffle over here, and I normally, that's generally my approach against most Thio teams, is to set up the shuffle such that he has a worse port, so he can't really do a very good port. So here he could only port on this space with the core here and the Isnova with the middle Kluva here, or he could port over here, but then the core would stay at this spot, so because there is a tree. But he doesn't have enough damage with only those two to kill my diver brill. So now I would say, in my experience, most of the players who play Thio try to force the port and are not very patient with his group transfer, And I think that's most of the time a bad decision, especially if he would try his port this turn, he for sure wouldn't kill any of my Krosmasters, and then I would be able to pretty sure kill either Thio or Kluva, because I can most of the time, if he ports in and then like goes over here or something, I can attack one of his Krosmasters with Kitty and Diver Brill, and maybe even with Phenol. It depends. So what he does here is, I think, a very, very good play. So he doesn't need to take the action right now, because what is he exactly losing if he waits for one more turn? So he can use the shop, he can buy some stuff. Here is the Job style, which is pretty good on Kluva. So he just takes the free kill on the shovel. Not yet. He does 3 damage there, and then now he's thinking how he can set up such that I cannot kill someone of him next turn. So this is a back and forth, and he has way better mobility than me. So he has way better chances to go in at some point. So I don't have that much mobility with my team, because my Diver Braille can only walk 3. If I buy him an item, maybe 4. And he can port 2 to 3 people, 4 spaces, and then even push someone with Locke even further. So the mobility is far on his side. So if he waits for one more turn, maybe he gets another better option, especially with the items he can buy. So let's see what he does. Now here he pushes his Kluva and the core, and now he's buying another item. Don't know what he's buying yet. Something for free. Ah yeah, no, for 6. The Job style, as I told, on Kluva. So this is a pretty ridiculous item, because Kluva now can deal 8 damage if she can reach someone. So this is pretty sick. Pretty good. So let's see how his setup will be for next turn. Oh, and the fire buff for Uri Cruel, which has a square area attack. And the square area attack with 3 damage is pretty good. So let's see how his setup will end up. So he's killing the shovel now. So he doesn't get blocked next turn by the shovel with, like, if I position her very good, so maybe in front of or over here or something, such that he cannot port and get into melee range with his Kluva. So let's see what he does. So here he's setting up over here now. So look at this setup now. So now I have a way bigger problem, because I could attack Thio, for example, with my Diver Brill if I go 3 spaces further. But Thio, if I don't kill Thio in one turn, he will regenerate all his health. So that's not an option. So what I'm thinking about here, I want to have a defensive setup, but at the same time maybe approach something. So if I don't do anything and move like 3 spaces back or something over here, I'm not getting anything, because he can just set up 3 spaces further over here, and then next turn I have the same problem. So I need to achieve something in this game, otherwise I will just lose, because he farms all the karma on the map and pushes me in the corner, and then he can set up as he wants. So what I want to do now is I will collect 12 karmas and try to buy the +1 range. This was set over here. +1 MP, +1 range, +1 AP. Such that I can attack this Coagulia with my Diver Brill 2 times, and then go back a little bit. So not too far, but pretty far. I can only move. I need to only to move one space. Then I have 5 range, and I take 2 times. Then I can move 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3 if I want, or maybe a bit less. I don't know. It depends. Let's see. So let's think about it for a moment. I go over here, attack the Coagulia, such that I achieve something, and he loses a Krosmaster maybe. The core has 6 health left. So let's see how much damage I do, and then look how I can set up my Diabrill. So I think it would have been a good idea to set up my Diabrill over here and my Kitty Rage over here, such that he has to try to take my Kitty Rage instead of my Diabrill. 2 reasons. The first reason is Kitty Rage has way more health than Diabrill. She has 16. And the second reason, Diabrill has a level to a 12 karma reward on him. So it's not easy to kill a Kitty Rage with his team in one turn. So because this one does fire damage, this one does fire damage also, and this one also does fire damage. So I think this setup here was a little bit wrong. I think I should have moved my Diver over here and my Kitty Rage over here. And then next turn I could still buff both of them. And maybe move like with Diver Burrell over the left side. Because he can run 4 spaces and has 5 range, so that's not very bad. And my Kitty is also way more in his team, so then he has a harder decision. He has lost 1 Krosmaster already. Now let's say he has to port at some point, maybe. If I buy the correct, I don't know, yeah. Then if he ports, he probably is not getting a kill for sure, because he can't reach Diver Burrell. So let's see what he can do with our setup right now. He can port 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. And the reason why I put the Diver over here is when he ports 4 spaces, the Kluva is over here, and if she walks free, she cannot reach anywhere. But what I forgot at the setup is that the Ylook is after the Thio, so he can push the Kluva even further. So she ports here, and then he can push her over here, and then she has like a choice where she attacks and where she wants to go. So this is a pretty big mistake on my side. I don't know what you would have done if I would have taken the other setup. If he would have ported in, or if he would have tried to go to set up over here or something. But like it is now, it's pretty hard that my Diver Braille survives, because the Kluva has an item which makes her deal 8 damage, and that's pretty much. And this one can do a square area attack with 3 damage, so my Diver Braille is not surviving. And if Diver Braille is not surviving, it's pretty hard to win the game. But let's see and wait. Maybe there are some options, especially because he has a 12 karma reward. So he's going for the mass drain with his attack for 2 AP and hit everyone. This is the attack which can only hit each target once. But he obviously can't walk over here, because he would block his Kluva, and she's the more important damage dealer in this team. Yep, now he's pushing her in, and my Diver has only 9 life, so. And the Uri Krul can also walk in here and attack this with his square attack, and then hit my core and the Diver Brill. So that's pretty bad for me. Yeah. Now he takes my core with his core. She now has 1 health, so she's also dying, so I will probably lose both of these Krosmasters this turn. Then it will be hard to come back in this game. With only this 3, that's pretty hard. But let's see what happens. There's a very small chance that I can survive this. The chance is still there that I take 3 damage now in the next attack, and then 2 from Uri, but that's not happening, so I have 1 health. So now both of these will for sure die if he uses his buff. And in this position I wouldn't gamble and not use his buff in his spot, so that's a huge gamble. Especially because the square area attack is not armor piercing, otherwise I obviously wouldn't use the buff. So now he's using it, the boost I mean. So now I'm pretty far behind because of my big positioning error. I think it would have been hard to kill my kitty. I think he only could have, if he would have poured it in and attacked my kitty instead, she would have had like 4 life, and he would have had 5 GGs. And I could have taken the double, then he would have 4, and then I could kill a level 3 or kill Thio with both my Krosmasters, and then I would have won the game if he would have poured it in. So let's see what happens now. What can I do? So what do I want to kill? His Kluva has, I think, 11 health. Yeah, she has 11 health, as you can see here. The Henol can attack her. The Locke can attack her. And the kitty can attack her. I run away such that he cannot attack me with this Kluva. So I have no items. I need to run away because the attack I have is a ranged spell. Now I do 7. It's pretty good. And what I decide here is I can't lose my Law next turn, because if he kills my Law and hits a double or something, or collects 6 karmas, I don't know if it's possible. Yeah, I think it is, maybe. It depends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I think he can collect 6 karmas. Because of that I reduce the range of Thio and then run away such that he cannot reach me with. Yeah. And here I stayed over here with the kitty rage because he now cannot block my Henol from buffing kitty. If I would stand over here, he could have moved over here if he wanted to after attacking me, and then I couldn't buffer with my Henol. So, and this is way too important now, because I need the damage right now, because I only have these 2 main damage dealers. Now he has the double. I'm not sure, but I think there are 2 coins under him, right? I think there are. And if you would have sold this 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and even 11. So in my opinion he could have won the game over here, if I'm not mistaken. But he decided to take the critical strike and collect 1 karma. I think that was a minor mistake from his side. Now he's attacking my kitty rage. with both his attacks. And then he will also attack her with the Kluva, but I will still have 7 health left or something. And yeah, I will be alive for one more turn, I think, maybe. The Uri can walk over here and attack. No, he can also walk over here and attack both of my Krosmasters with his AoE spell. With his square attack. And also, why I didn't want to move here is because of the Coagulia. Because she can move 3 spaces now and could attack one of them. Now she cannot attack anyone. So there is a buff, the air buff. Now it's the turn of his Kluva. I have 11 health. He's thinking whether to walk over here or over here. But I think over here is a better spot. Because he wants to attack this space with the Uri Cruel, and then he would hit himself. And also because I cannot... Yeah, I can. Yeah, I still can, but he doesn't want to take the 1 damage. Two damage. Now he makes a minor mistake because he forgets to turn on his aqua buff, his air buff, I mean. Because with the buff he would have done 2 damage more to my Kitty Rage. So now I'm in a pretty hard spot. So the problem I have right now is my Kitty Rage has only 5 health. So I don't think it's gonna cut it if I kill only his Kluva this turn. Because then he has like a Thio, a Koa which can attack in all the spaces over here, and the Uri who can attack. So that's why I decide to take a gamble over here, I think. The problem also is I need to walk 1 space to the left to attack his Kluva. But I don't need... I cannot shop this turn, so I decide to take my dice. And I need to survive the next turn such that I have a chance to win the game. So that's why I take the crit and the armor over here. So here I'm thinking where to position my Henol. I want to buff my Kitty obviously, and I want to attack the Kluva, I think. Because she has 3 life. I look if she has air resistance. But I have only 6 AP, that's the problem, because the Uri Cruel stole my AP. So that's why I decide to buff my Kitty, because she has 7 AP now, and now she has 9, so she can buff her and attack twice. And now I'm thinking where I need to move my Henol. I think the best spot would have been this one over here, but now I timed out because I fought for too long. This rarely happens to me, but it was pretty unfortunate in this spot because now my Henol blocks the space where I wanted to go with my Kitty. So now I'm thinking what I want to do, and decided the only way I'm winning this game, I don't know if this is true or not, but I decide to attack his Uri twice, and then attack this because I took the critical, and so I thought one attack on Kluva should be enough with my more low attacking her also from over here. Now I need to not get blocked here. So, and I even hit the 2 damage. So it would have been a better spot if I could have moved over here or something, but I could not because of my more lore. I would have loved to move over here with my kitty, but I forgot to move my Henoal, because then my Henoal could have moved over here and blocked the core, such that she cannot reach my kitty in this corner over here. That would have been a way better play, because then he only would have had the chance to kill my Henoal next turn, and then I maybe would have had some chance, I don't know. Obviously if Kluva would have died. If I would have done the 1 damage with my Morlor and not forgot to move the Henoal, there was like a small chance I could have won this game. Right now I'm obviously not winning anymore because he can just kill someone. My kitty, for example, with all 3 of them. So definitely gonna lose this game. Well, I think this was a very interesting game, and my opponent played it very well at the start of the game and at the end also. In total, especially that he was patient with his Thio port, that was a very, very good play. I don't see it very often, and most people don't have the patience with Thio, in my opinion. And yeah, so that's why I wanted to upload this game. Let's look how the game ends, but you even can buy an fire buff on Coagulia, but that's not very necessary. Because she does a minimum of 2 damage, and this one does also a minimum of 2 damage, so yeah, that's enough. Yeah, that was a very good game, and I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. And if you haven't done so yet, and you like my videos, subscribe in the top right corner. Bye.